Food is at the heart of Uttar Pradesh. It is a land famous for its rich culinary traditions. Think of the sweet, syrupy jalebis of Lucknow. Imagine the spicy chaat of Varanasi. These foods are not just for eating. They are part of festivals, family gatherings, and daily life. The state's food culture is a beautiful tapestry woven with history and flavor. Every region has its own special dishes. From the Awadhi biryanis to the simple, wholesome meals of the countryside, food represents hospitality, love, and community. It is a source of pride and joy for millions of people. This deep connection to food makes the problem of adulteration even more troubling. Food adulteration is the act of adding harmful or low-quality substances to food items. This is often done to increase profits. Sadly, this practice casts a dark shadow over the vibrant food culture of Uttar Pradesh. It turns something that should bring nourishment and happiness into a potential source of harm. The trust that people place in their food is being broken. Every time someone buys spices, milk, or sweets, a small doubt can creep in. Is this food pure, or is it hiding a dangerous secret? Imagine biting into a delicious laddu, a popular Indian sweet. You expect the rich taste of gram flour, sugar, and ghee. But what if it contains metanyl yellow? This is a non-permitted food color used to make the laddu look more attractive. It is also a chemical that can harm your health. This is the reality of food adulteration. It is a hidden threat that lurks in our kitchens and on our plates. It affects everyone, from young children to the elderly. The problem is widespread, touching everything from essential staples to festive treats. It is a silent betrayal of our food heritage. This issue goes beyond just a few dishonest sellers. It has become a systemic problem in many parts of the state. The motivation is simple: greed. Sellers can make more money by adding cheaper, sometimes toxic substances to their products. They might add water to milk to increase its volume. They might mix brick powder into chili powder to add weight and color. These actions not only cheat the consumer, but also pose a significant risk to public health. As we celebrate the wonderful food of Uttar Pradesh, we must also face this uncomfortable truth. Our beloved food culture is under attack from within. Food adulteration is a simple concept with dangerous consequences. It means that something has been added to a food product that should not be there. This addition can make the food unsafe or lower its quality. The goal is almost always to make more money. The added substance is called an adulterant. These adulterants can range from harmless things, like water, to highly toxic chemicals. The practice is illegal and unethical. It preys on the trust between the food seller and the consumer. It is a form of fraud that puts people's health at risk for financial gain. There are many different forms of food adulteration. Some are easy to understand. For example, adding water to milk is a common practice. This increases the quantity of milk, allowing the seller to earn more. Another common example is mixing small stones or sand into grains like rice and lentils. This adds weight to the product, so the customer pays more for less. While these adulterants might not be toxic, they cheat the buyer and can damage kitchen appliances. They are the simplest form of this deception. But the problem gets much worse from here. More dangerous forms of adulteration involve adding harmful chemicals. To make spices look brighter, sellers sometimes add toxic dyes. For instance, lead chromate, a bright yellow chemical, is sometimes mixed with turmeric powder. This chemical is a known poison that can cause serious health issues, including damage to the nervous system. Similarly, brick powder or red lead oxide might be mixed into chili powder to give it a vibrant red color. These are not food-grade colors. They are industrial materials that have no place in our bodies. This type of adulteration is not just cheating, it is poisoning. Even fruits and vegetables are not safe. Sometimes chemical injections are used to make them look fresher or ripen faster. For example, some sellers use a chemical called calcium carbide to artificially ripen mangoes and bananas. This chemical contains traces of arsenic and phosphorus, which are highly toxic to humans. Another dangerous practice is using copper sulfate, a blue chemical, to make vegetables like peas and beans look greener and fresher. These chemicals can lead to a range of health problems, from stomach upsets to more severe, long-term diseases. The variety of adulterants is vast, and their presence is a hidden danger in our daily meals. The situation in Uttar Pradesh is deeply concerning. Statistics paint a grim picture of the food safety landscape. Year after year, the state often reports a high number of food adulteration cases. Reports from food safety authorities show that a significant percentage of food samples collected for testing fail to meet the required standards. These samples are taken from all over the state, from big cities like Lucknow and Kanpur to smaller towns and villages. The failed samples include everyday items like milk, edible oils, spices, and sweets. This shows that the problem is not isolated, but widespread across the food supply chain. The numbers are truly alarming. In some years, 1 out of every 3 or 4 food samples tested in Uttar Pradesh has been found to be adulterated or substandard. This is one of the highest rates in the country. Milk and milk products are among the most commonly adulterated items. Samples often contain detergents, urea, starch, and even paint, all added to mimic the thickness and color of pure milk. During festival seasons like Diwali or Holi, the problem gets even worse. The demand for sweets and a key ingredient, khoya, skyrockets. This high demand encourages dishonest vendors to use adulterants to produce more, faster. Consider the journey of our food. From the farm to our plate, there are many points where adulteration can happen. It can happen at the processing level, during packaging, or at the retail store. The lack of strict monitoring and the existence of loopholes in the system allow many culprits to get away with it. Many small-scale food businesses operate without proper licenses or inspections, making them a hotbed for such illegal activities. Consumers, especially in rural areas, are often unaware of the risks. They may choose a product simply because it is cheaper or looks more appealing without knowing the hidden dangers it contains. The scale of the problem points to a systemic failure. The network of food testing laboratories in the state is not enough to handle the sheer volume of products in the market. There are also challenges with enforcing the law. Even when sellers are caught, the penalties may not be strong enough to deter them from repeating the offense. The profits from adulteration are high, and the risk of getting caught and punished is relatively low. This imbalance creates an environment where food adulteration can thrive, putting the health of millions of residents at risk every single day. The health consequences of consuming adulterated food are, honestly, pretty serious and far-reaching. The effects, can be immediate or might build up over time. Short-term effects often include food poisoning, stomach aches, vomiting, and diarrhea. These are usually caused by microbial contamination or the presence of mild toxins. For example, consuming sweets adulterated with non-permitted colors can actually lead to allergic reactions and digestive issues. While these may seem like minor problems, they can be severe, especially for children, pregnant women, and the elderly, who have weaker immune systems. These immediate reactions are a clear warning sign that something is wrong with our food. Over the long term, the health risks are much more sinister. Continuous exposure to chemical adulterants can lead to chronic and life-threatening diseases. For instance, lead chromate in turmeric and red lead oxide in chili powder are heavy metals. When they accumulate in the body, they can cause lead poisoning, which damages the brain, kidneys, and nervous system. It can also lead to learning disabilities in children. Metanyl yellow, a dye used in sweets and lentils, has been linked to cancer. Pesticide residues on fruits and vegetables can disrupt our hormones and increase the risk of developing certain types of cancers. These are not just possibilities, they are proven medical facts. The environmental impact of food adulteration is another side of the story that is often overlooked. The chemicals used as adulterants do not just disappear, they enter the environment and cause pollution. For example, when utensils used with adulterated food are washed, the toxic dyes and chemicals go down the drain. They end up in our rivers and groundwater. This pollutes the water sources that communities depend on for drinking and agriculture. Chemicals like copper sulfate, used to color vegetables, are toxic to aquatic life. They can kill fish and other organisms, disrupting the entire ecosystem. Furthermore, the production of these adulterants can be a polluting process itself. Many of the non-permitted colors and chemicals are byproducts of industrial processes. Their careless disposal contributes to soil and water pollution. When calcium carbide is used to ripen fruits, it releases acetylene gas, which is a greenhouse gas. While the amount from a single vendor might be small, the collective impact of thousands of vendors using these methods across the state adds up. The quest for profit through adulteration, therefore, not only harms human health, but also poisons the very environment that sustains us, creating a vicious cycle of contamination. Citizens have the power to protect themselves from adulterated food. The first step is awareness. We must learn to be vigilant shoppers. One simple rule is to avoid foods that look unnaturally bright or colorful. Pure spices, for example, often have a duller, more natural color. Chili powder that is bright red might contain brick powder. Turmeric that is a brilliant yellow could have lead chromate. It is also wise to buy whole spices and grind them at home whenever possible. This gives you more control over what goes into your food. Always check for an FSDA license number on packaged goods, as this indicates that the manufacturer is registered with the Food Safety Authority. There are also simple tests you can do at home to check for common adulterants. For example, to check for starch in milk, add a few drops of iodine solution. If the milk turns blue, it contains starch. To test for metanyl yellow in turmeric powder, add a few drops of hydrochloric acid to a small amount of the powder in a test tube. If it turns pink, the adulterant is present. Information about these simple tests is available online and through consumer awareness groups. Taking a few minutes to test suspicious food items can protect you and your family from harmful substances. It is a small effort for a big reward, peace of mind. The government of Uttar Pradesh has also taken steps to combat this menace. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, or FSDA, has launched various initiatives. These include mobile food testing labs, called Food Safety on Wheels. These vans travel to different markets and allow consumers to get their food items tested for a nominal fee. The government also conducts surprise raids on food businesses, especially during festival seasons, to collect samples and catch offenders. There are laws in place, like the Food Safety and Standards Act of 2006, which prescribes strict punishments, including imprisonment and hefty fines, for those found guilty of adulteration. However, laws and government actions alone are not enough. The final, most crucial element is public participation. We need a mass awareness movement. Consumers must be empowered with knowledge. They need to demand pure food and report any suspected cases of adulteration to the authorities. When we, as a community, decide that we will not tolerate this poison on our plates, things will begin to change. The fight for pure food is a fight for our health, our children's future, and the integrity of our rich food culture. Let us choose health over convenience and purity over profit, ensuring that every meal in Uttar Pradesh is a source of life, not a risk.